Rasmus in the Shadows on 107.8 Academy FM. Anyway, I'd like to welcome back Rob Chappers to the radio station. Welcome back, Rob. How the hell are you?
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good, mate. How are you?
I am fantastic, dude. I'm having a good day.
I see you've uploaded a troll response video to the...
Well, I didn't mention it as being a troll response video on YouTube, but it is kind of, yeah. I had some random guy say that he hated my voice, and so I thought rather than just like trying to respond back to him or work in the normal way of just like going off making a tea and crying into it, I'd just make a video of me singing and whack it on YouTube.
No, nice idea. A very nice video it is too, I've got to admit.
Thank you very much. It's me rekindling my relationship with my faith Saturn.
That is a very tasty guitar, I'll give you that.
Yeah, it really is.
I see.
It's make amazing acoustic guitars. It's actually, that guitar is the first acoustic guitar I ever owned, and it's been all over the place with me. I've just taken it everywhere, you know.
What are those sorts of things? The workhorse. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I thought I'd play, I thought I'd play a bit of a rocky song, because the last time I remember, I was listening to the interview we did last time, and I played Akon for you, so I thought I'd play something a bit more upbeat this time. So, yeah.
Yeah, I am a big fan of whoever it was you played.
The Rasmus. Oh, brilliant. You've been a very, very busy man. You've just got off tour with Dorje. You've got a new amplifier out. You've got guitars coming out left, right and centre. You've got projects going on. Tell us, where do we start? Just tell us.
Well, I think I'm very lucky. The first thing that's changed dramatically for my lifestyle is that I've now got a guy editing my videos for me. Well, all the Andertons videos anyway. So I have a lot more free time. And what I'm really enjoying is getting back to my Chappers roots and making stupid videos about pizzas and, you know, me singing with an acoustic guitar, that kind of thing. So it's a bit of a return to form from me, because I think my channel was becoming a bit of a review-based content type area, and I wanted to have a lot more fun. So, yeah, it's been quite a refreshing change for me. But in terms of all the businesses, I mean, it's just insane, really. I suppose the tour with Dorje was kind of the cannon that shot me out into the end of this year, and I mean, we couldn't believe how well it went. It was just fantastic. I mean, it was just amazing. I mean, we hadn't released a single tune. We'd been together for 5 months, and we went on tour with a crew of 16 in a tour bus all around the UK, and there were queues all around the block, and it was just a dream come true, you know. So
mad, yeah, absolutely mad,
fantastic.
I saw your video with Dorje on your Dorje official YouTube Dorje channel, and that whole 43 minutes and 22 seconds, I think it is, something like that. I haven't watched it at all, as you can tell.
You are a legend. How did you memorise the exact duration of that video? Is that the one where we're actually making the tune?
Yeah, that's the
recording.
Yeah, where you're doing all the recording, you take a step by step. The one where you start off in a toilet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, we see, the thing is, we have enough knowledge and enough dreadlock in our band to just get things done. And we've got the gear too to get things done on a super low budget of nothing. And so a really good friend of mine called Sam from GameGears.co.uk, he said, why not just use my warehouse and just put your drum kit in it, mic it up, and then use the toilet as a room for the desk. So we shut our bassist Dave in the toilet, and Rabia cut some of the scratch tracks in there, and then Ben just smacked the hell out of his kit. And it actually came out really, really well. You know, didn't spend a penny on it, thanks to Sam. And then we did all the guitars, all the vocals back at the house, and it was just a bit of a dream come true. We actually we shot the music video for the single that's coming out, our first single, Aeromancy, which means divination by means of observing the weather. I like that.
That's pretty cool.
Shot the music video a couple of weeks ago. That's going to be live in a few weeks' time on YouTube, and that'll be the first single we release.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. You're moving on up in the world, man. That's pretty cool. I mean, obviously, the toilet is primeval home of man sometimes.
That's it, you know. It was pretty funny. I'm not going to lie, though. I mean, I've recorded in many studios, and I think what we managed to accomplish with a toilet, a warehouse, and, you know, the most ingenious packing blanket and air-drying clothes horse thing in the world, it was just amazing, you know. I mean, it just goes to show what you can do with the right kind of knowledge and the right kind of gear.
Yeah, I mean, you cut out the curries the night before on that one, but ML1 and ML2. I'm original owner of one of the original 500 ML1s, and you released the lost ML1, the 21 that you found.
We found under a stairwell in China. That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've basically we sold out of ML1s and ML2s. This is to do with Chapman Guitars, my guitar company, in case you're a new listener. Hello, new listeners. But I've been asked to do some Alan Partridge things, but I can't think of any, so if you can, then just please knock them out. So I own a guitar company called Chapman Guitars, and we sold out of the first 2 models, which astounded me, and kept getting requests to buy more, and I thought, this is amazing. And so we decided to do it a little bit differently. We found a new factory in Korea, arguably the best factory to make guitars out of Korea, and we reissued the previous models with a couple of clever little tweaks here and there, just to make them a little bit, in my opinion, better. I mean, we did things like remove the heel plate on the back of the neck that used to bear my face and just make it a recessed bolt-on, which means it's a bit easier to get some of the upper access. And the finishes just look absolutely stunning. Some of them have got veneers on. This time, rather than having very affordable pickups, we've actually got Chapman pickups in there, which I'm super excited about. So lots of changes, still very affordable, very professional, and they're available to reserve right now from Andertons.co.uk if there are any left, because they've just gone completely crazy, and it's been a bit of a hot cake situation.
Yeah, I mean, they look, seriously, some of the tastiest guitars I've seen all year. I mean, I really want one, and I just managed to blow £320, which is, you know, £30 less than what you're charging for the ML1s. I'm gutted.
Well, do you think if you had one that you would tell your listeners all about it?
I would. I'd go completely nuts, man.
Well, in that case, Tom, I think I'd like to offer you artist discount on a guitar. So, honestly, if you want one, drop me an email afterwards and I'll hook you up with an artist discount.
Oh, you are seriously, mate, you are a god.
I'm a hairy man that makes guitars.
I can't thank you enough for that, dude. Cheers.
No problem at all, mate.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's all exciting. I mean, the guitar company is just, I mean, it's a bit of a dream come true for me, as you can probably imagine. And then the next thing, still yet to really be properly sort of brought to fruition on YouTube and everyone know about, is the record label that I'm running and launching, which is Third Corner. Called Third Corner because I've got the guitar company. I have a music festival that happens every July called Monkey Fest, and then the third corner of my business is my record label. And we've got a couple of really exciting artists on board, most of whom are phenomenal guitar players. I mean, people that just have ridiculous talent. And it's a very different kind of a label. We're not signing artists to incredibly restrictive contracts and then taking all of their money. In fact, we don't take any of the money at all for any of their music sales. And it's a bit of a different situation. It's really a long development course. We take an artist, tweak them in the right areas, and make them profitable and happy people, and then send them on their way. So I'm really, really looking forward to getting that launched.
Yeah, I mean that is something I've really been looking for. I mean, I was going to send you off some material from my band, but we haven't actually written any yet. So that's going to be a bit of a problem.
First step.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of important when you're doing a record label sort of thing, really.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's interesting you say record label, because I want to call us a record label, but I think really and truly we're probably not. The reason being, we're not contracting artists to make money from their music. We're developing artists to become happy people. And also, I'm not just looking at musicians, I'm also looking at just people in general who work through new media. So I'm happy to work with authors, cooks, comedians, anyone that just loves making great content on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. If they've got the right kind of vibe, they've got the right kind of following, then I'm interested in working with them. So I'm not restricting myself. I mean, I obviously will focus on musicians because I am a musician, but I'm not restricting myself to, for example, not look at an amazing chef, you know, or an incredible comedian, because art is art. And if they want to work, then I want to work. So different way of working, you know. Yeah,
very, very different. I can imagine, you know, Geffen or someone doing something like that. You know, I mean, yeah, you know, that's pretty cool, man.
Well, I got my eyes on Heather from Healthy Vegan Eating. I think she'd be cool for the label.
Yeah,
I think that'd be great. I mean, find a vegan chef.
I mean, there are loads of unsigned artists. I'm going to be literally mentioning to you, oh, have you heard this bloke Rod Chappers? He's one of these insane guys that's got, you know, one of these sort of, you know, just does everything. Get in touch with him. Here's his email address.
Well, that's it. I want to be. I've got my fingers in lots of pies, but the thing is, I have a great crew helping me look after the pies. in their ovens. I'm going to run out of ideas for this analogy in a minute. But basically, each of the 3 points of my business, they operate to help each other. So if you join my label, then the chances are you're going to get a deal with Chapman Guitars. The chances are you're going to play Monkey Fest. So you get a guitar deal, you get development through the label, and then you get to play a live festival. So it's a pretty useful trinity of goodness to have on board.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's sort of, like, oh, well, I'll try and get involved, with the label. Ooh, guitars, you see, Monkey Fest, that sort of thing. Very nice. That's the highest I've ever gone on the radio.
It didn't happen this year, unfortunately. Had a few hiccups, but it's definitely on next year, round about July. Details to be confirmed and firmed up. And actually, we're gonna make it a little bit smaller, and we're actually going to cap the number of people that can go, because I'm very keen to grow Monkey Fest organically and let it grow slowly, because the first one we did was big and very expensive, and although we didn't lose a lot of money, it was really, really hard. So July 2013, we've actually decided to make it a bit smaller, super, super high class. So we're going to have really, really good quality food and drink, lots of tuition from some of the world's best artists, live music, that kind of thing, and also some tech talk. People from studios, some producers, some luthiers, that kind of thing, come down and talk all about what they do. So it should be incredibly exciting. I'm hoping you'll be there, Mr. Tom.
I tried to make Monkey Fest 2011, and I couldn't find my tent. I know, it was a right shame, but yeah, I really, I'm sure it would be as reasonably priced as it was before. I mean,
what I should do then? I should make Monkey Fest tents that you can buy.
That would be a very good idea.
Yeah, on the day, you can take it back with you, sort of thing. It'd be quite a good idea.
You should do that, good sir. That would be very handy.
Yes. So, well, listeners and Tom, when my single Aeromancy hits YouTube, please go and view it. Please like it and favourite it and subscribe, and aid everything else that I do to help great musicians and artists out there do what they want to do. And I'd really appreciate that. I mean, the last thing I want to say is that I'm about to launch a campaign to get me on tour in February. I'm off on tour again with the Drills, my friend Phil X from California, really good friend of mine. And it costs a lot of money to tour. We're looking at doing a 3-week continental European tour. And we thought, in order to raise the funds, because it's going to cost like £15,000.
Wow.
Phil and I would shoot a DVD together while we're on the road, so that it's sort of super relevant to musicians who want to get on the road and do things professionally. So we're actually going to shoot a DVD while we're on the road, and you can buy it in advance through a campaign, and those funds help to get us a tour bus, basically, and get us on the road.
Oh, incredible. That's a great way to do things. I've never sort of heard of that before. But I tell you what, because you're such a, fantastic guy, and you do, all this for us, and you do all your Chapman guitar stuff, I'll tell you what, as soon as you release that Aeromancy single, if you send it to me in an email or something, I'll download it, I'll get it played on the radio.
Thank you very much.
I'll get it some, decent airplay, sort of daytime airplay, so everyone can have a good listen to it.
Fantastic, mate. Thank you very much. You'll be the first station to play it then.
Oh, very well, there you go. You see, there's a first time for everything. Yeah, I know. Look at that. Yeah, very, very good. So yes, I suppose we should move on really. To your Silverback amplifier, you had a prototype version in the in the tour, and it's an undisclosed brand at the moment, soon to be disclosed apparently. I've been watching too many of your videos.
It's a bit of an interesting journey it's taking. It was originally, I can tell you now, it was originally going to be released through a brand that was going to be called Olympic. But then the Olympic Games happened, and anyone that used the word Olympic got shot on the spot. So it's going through, the company that's releasing this is going through a rebrand, so that will be announced shortly. Yeah, I basically, incredibly good timing. I mean, I had the prototype made and got to take it on tour and road test it, and it was just phenomenal. And there were a few things that I wanted to change. I mean, it was a 2-channel amplifier, and I only used 1 channel the entire tour, because the headroom was great. You could turn it down and get that kind of broken, crunchy sound, roll the volume in and get searing lead. And so I didn't really need the 2nd channel. And so I'm a big believer in simplifying things and less is more. So I've actually asked for the 2nd channel just to be removed. So it's a 1-channel amplifier, but it'll have an additional gain stage and an additional master volume that you can step in.
Ooh.
Plenty of headroom, probably 35 watts, and 2 effects loops. So you can have all sorts of things going on with really, basically a very simple setup, but like a chameleon. It can adapt to all sorts of different kinds of situations.
I see.
So, yeah, I'm really excited about it, and hopefully I'll be sat down with Martin Kidd, the amazing, the Santa Claus of shred, one of the most amazing amp designers in Europe, with a coffee over a couple of days, and work on design for Prototype 2 that I can get out and start gigging, and then hopefully Prototype 2 will be the one we manufacture.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. I tell you, I'm on the hunt for a new amp all the time, so I'll definitely be looking for that one. So yeah, how much have you got any idea how much they'll retail for at all?
Well, I'm afraid to say, they basically said to me, we want you to make whatever you want to make with no compromise. And I thought, right, I've got one of the best designers in the world offering to make me anything I want, so I'm just going to make what I want. And it's entirely hand-wired in the UK, super high-quality components. It's going to be at least £1,500. It's, you can't find hand-wired British amplifiers like this for anything less than that, really.
Yeah.
But even Marshall would struggle to make something this quality without sending it to China to be wired, or India, or whatever. So it's really, really high grade. It comes with a couple of innovations, things that I'm really proud that I actually sort of invented. The first of which, I've got a little steel guard that you can slip on the front panel. So once you set yourself up, you whack on the guard, and then while it's being chucked around by burly roadmen, they don't touch your knobs, so to speak. And I'm really happy with that, because actually, funnily enough, I only tweaked it once on the road after I'd set it up and then guarded it up. Didn't need to really change it, which was a nice feeling of security. It saves you from sort of marking the front with chalk or whatever, or Tipex. And then the second thing is, rather than undoing screws on the back panel, 6 of them or whatever, and then putting your hand in and having about 4 inches to put a tube down, I put a trapdoor on the top, so you can undo a couple of little levers, lift the trapdoor up and just pull valves out.
Now that is a very good idea.
I know. It's really exciting. I just thought, could we have a trapdoor? And they went, yeah. Well, I got all kind of, Millennium Falcon excited.
Yeah, don't leave it open. You'll end up with your tubes on your cab.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's it. It's just a couple of ideas that, I'm all for solving problems. What I hate is when people kind of solve a problem that doesn't really exist. But these are genuine issues, and I hate it when people knock into your controls. I've played a gig before, tapped in the sticks, kicked off with the first number, and someone had knocked my master volume full on, and I came in and destroyed ears, and I felt awful. So it's just nice to have it guarded for security, if anything, health and safety.
Yeah, I see. That's a good idea, actually. Very good. Very innovative. I can't say that word. But yeah, I play Academy FM. We had a festival a couple of weeks ago, broadcasting here, from the Marlow Academy. We had that going on. I had a load of different bands, and, my amp was being, they said, can we use your amp, Tom? Yep, that's fine. Okay, you can use my amp. I set my amp up, and of course I decided to let somebody use that beforehand. We only got a 15-minute turnaround, so I didn't have enough time to tweak it, and I ended up, and, it was all out of, that is a very good idea. I should definitely look at investing in one of those.
Well, that's it. I mean, the only other way of doing it is just to mark your settings, isn't it? But that just doesn't look right on a £1,500 amp. So guard up and get out there, and that's what you do.
Yeah, you don't want a piece of magic marker.
It's been really well received. In fact, people on the road were coming up and just touching it and looking at it and being amazed. And something else I've done is I've given it 2 handles on top, so that when you're carrying it, you can share it with a friend rather than manning it yourself.
Again, very good idea.
Because a lot of us have bad backs when we get older, like I'm getting old, And you don't want to have to try and carry everything yourself. Give it 2 handles, it makes it a bit eezy, So
yeah, that's a very good idea.
Cool thing.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm quite a small and skinny chap. I don't have any upper body muscle, so my guitarist Josh.
You're really selling yourself, mate.
Yeah, I know. I used to see what I posted on your forum the other day. I said I got beaten in arm wrestles by girls because I was looking for an amp head, and I was thinking, I need something small because I can't carry it. And it's not fair on my guitarist in my band, Josh, and to get him to carry stuff. So something with 2 handles would definitely be very good. I just need £1,500 now.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll save up.
The money you'll save on your artist price, Chapman guitar, will clearly help you there in that endeavour.
Nah, that's a very good idea. I like that.
I wish you financial luck with that.
Ooh. Financial luck, eh? Everyone needs financial luck. Anyway, Rob, I think, unless you've got anything else to add, I think that'll just about wrap it up.
Well, the last thing, I guess, is that there are some awards coming up not for me actually. This is a shout out for some other people. There's something called the MIA Awards, and the MIA is some kind of committee that votes upon who they think is the best retailer or guitar company or amp company or whatever. And there are two companies in particular that I'd really like to win the MIA Awards because, well, the first one is Faith Acoustic Guitars, because that company, they really gave me such a hand up in the beginning of my career as a musician. And they gave me guitars, they gave me money, they really helped me out a great deal, and they ended up launching the first ever Chapman guitar. So without them, I wouldn't even have a guitar company. So if you're going to vote on the MIA Awards, please vote for Faith Acoustic Guitars, and if you're going to go vote for a retailer, please vote for Andertons, because they also help pay me and help me to provide you with good things.
Very good things indeed they are, sir. Indeed. Well, I will definitely be voting for Andertons and Faith Guitars. Very good.
Thank you.
Yes.
I like you a great deal.
I like you a great deal too, so that's very handy, really, isn't it? Yes. So anyway, Rob, I think that will just about wrap it up. We've gone over again. I'm so good at this timing, Malak. I should look up at the clock more. Yeah. But that's not a problem. So yeah. Anyway, Rob, thank you for chatting to us. If you want to stay online a couple of minutes afterwards, and then I'll have a quick word with you.
Yeah.
And I will have to love you and leave you, I'm afraid.
No problem.
Okay, mate. Easy. Yeah. Cheers with that, Rob. And I will speak to you a bit later on. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
See you, mate. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Chapman from Chapman Guitars, Third Corner Music, and a load of other things I can't remember right now.